Yo, what's going on, guys? I want to make a big thank you to all you guys who liked the video and watched my last video against Shofu. And I want to make a big welcome to all those new subscribers from that video. And I hope you guys will enjoy my content. So, I'm going to have an Aryu battle today. OU stuff will be coming later, but I don't want to upload just one tier, so I am doing RU. I'm going to try to jump between RU and OU right now, but let's get into this battle. It's against this guy named PokePimp. I was going to set up my Stealth Rocks. He leads out with the right on. That's when that does a lot of damage, but I'm not really sure if he's Banded or Eviolite, but whatever. I'm just going to go for the Drain Punch. I thought that if he brings out the Moltres, it might be a 2-hit KO after the Drain Punch, the Rocks, and then a Mach Punch might take it out, but he's bulky, I think, so I thought he would go for the Roost because my switch is obvious. So you're going to go for the Roost, and I'm going to Drain Punch, and then you're going to die. But it didn't really work out, and he's going to be able to take me out. So now I'm just going to bring out my Meg Mortar, and I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt, trying to take it out because the rocks are up, so if he switches out, he'll be dead to hazards. He doesn't have Rapid Spin or anything, so pretty much that Moltres is gone. So I had to lose the Moltres to the cost of my Hitmonchan, which is kind of bad because he has like 3 or 4 Pokemon weak to fighting types, to fighting attacks, so that kind of sucked. So I bring out my Last Kings, and if you get this reference, you can leave a comment, and I love you if you get this reference. But I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, and unfortunately I miss, and he switches out, which is okay, but he's going to go into the Ferris Seed, and that thing is definitely not a threat at all because I have this Mag Mortar, and I'm going to go for the Focus Blast, predicting him to switch out, but I forgot that every single Ferris Seed has Protect because Ferris Seed has like a terrible move pool, so he's going to go for the Leech Seed, and I missed the Focus Blast. So that kind of sucked, and I don't want to stay in when he has me Leech Seeded. He can Protect and everything like that, so I'm going to bring out my Rotom Cut, knowing that he would most likely go for the Protect, and then I can just go for the Volt Switch next turn, and he's probably going to lay up another layer of Spikes, but I'm just like, okay, you know, Hacks kind of messes you up sometimes, and you just have to take the consequences of the Hacks, because Hacks is definitely a bitch. So he's going to set up the Spikes, and now I'm not going to fuck around. I'm going to go straight for the Fire Blast. If he brings out the Rhydon, it's not a problem because I have Last Kings, I have a Rotom Cut to take the Earthquake, so I'm not really caring. And he's actually going to stay in. I'm not really sure why. Maybe he thought that Rhydon couldn't take it that well. Maybe Rhydon does not carry the Eviolite, and definitely Sharpedo couldn't have switched in. So now he's going to switch into that Sharpedo. And this is definitely a big threat to my team. But I have the Last Kings. I want to get rid of his speed boost, and I want to make sure that I just want to leave my Last Kings as Death Fodder because I don't really need it too much. I need my Rotom a bit more, so he's going to be able to take me out. And now I'm hoping to pull something off. So I'm going to bring out my Rotom. He's probably going to fear the Scarf, so he's probably going to switch out because he does not have the speed boost. So I'm going to go for the Volt Switch as he goes for the Protect. So he has a Rhydon on his team, so I think he's going to switch into that Rhydon because he saw that I am quote-unquote locked into Volt Switch. So I'm going to go for the Leaf Storm. Instead of bringing out his Rhydon, he brings out the Aggron, and if you brought in neither of them is going to take a Leaf Storm really well. So that Aggron is going to get fucked up by the Leaf Storm. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch and take it out. So Aggron has really terrible special defense, and that thing was probably offensive with like Head Smash and stuff like that. So now I'm going to Volt Switch out into my Mag Mortar again, and he's going to go into his Sharpedo, so I'm like, okay, he's going to go for the Protect, so I'm going to go into my Rotom Cut, as he does go for the obvious Protect. So now I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, because I'm pretty sure that none of his moves can take me out, even if he had Ice Beam or something like that, so he's going to go for the Protect. I'm not really sure why. I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, because even if he brings out the Rhydon, I can just go for the Leaf Storm next turn, so he's just going to take me out. He's going to go for the Crunch. It's not really going to do too much, and I'm going to be able to take him out with the Volt Switch. So now he's down to his last 2 Pokemon. He has a Galvantula and he has a Rhydon. So I'm just going to bring out my Mag Mortar, as it can take out both those Pokemon with different moves. Galvantula, obviously the Fire Blast, and the Rhydon, the Focus Blast. So he's going to bring out the Rhydon, and it is going to die to a Focus Blast. And in the next few turns, I make really terrible plays. But the smart thing would have been is to fodder out my Rotom Cut, which is practically useless, and for some reason I stayed in. I wanted to see if he was scarfed or not, but I should have switched into my Rotom Fire Blasted to see if he was scarfed, and then like it would have ended the battle because he has a leftover, so they would have easily taken him out. But instead I went for the Focus Blast, and on top of that I even missed. So now I'm like, okay, let's go into Clefable for some goddamn reason. I don't know. I was kind of fearing that the Galvantula had the substitute, so I'm like, let's get some damage off with some toxic stalling, some seismic tossing up in there, because, these Thunders aren't doing too much. But then he gets the pair hacks, and then I get hacks at the same turn. I can't move, and then he's going to be able to take me out with the next Thunder, so practically this whole thing with Clefable is practically useless, and, I'm losing. He's gaining practically all the way to full HP, so I'm not really doing too well. I should have fought it out my Rotom, but now I'm just gonna go into my pimp name Slipback. I go with a Sucker Punch, and I'm hoping it will take him out in one shot, and it does. So that shows you the raw power of Honchkrow, and that is going to be the battle. So it is going to be a close 2-0. It could have been wider, but whatever. Here's a few clips, some PO stuff, just showing you the power of Honchkrow. I'm just showing you guys that Honchkrow should be in UU, and it probably is going to be UU by the end of March when they make the tier changes. And anyway, I'm just going to upload some OU next week, and I do want to make a thank you a second time. Thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you guys if you're a new subscriber, and you guys are just really, really awesome. So, I think that's all for now. So hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and hope you guys will enjoy these few clips. But this is just showing Honchkrow is raw power, and like if you saw that from before, Brave Bird did like 80% to the Marowak, and if you didn't know, my Honchkrow didn't even get the Moxie because I got the Mummy, and maybe you guys don't understand why I got the Mummy, but that was from like a whole new battle. So anyway, it just shows you that Honchkrow doesn't even need the +1 from Moxie. He can still take out things in one shot. So, like, Honchkrow is just too powerful. Like, Hitmonlee, just get out of there. Like, I hope you guys understand and enjoyed this battle. I hope that these two clips prove my point that Honchkrow is just raw power. And hope you guys enjoyed these battles once again. And I said enough, so deuces.
Yarded, I be ahead of these niggas, last king, guillotine, YM, CMB nigga, take the feet, pack a bad bitch, then I pass it to my nigga, me.